This liberal lost in this debate about how promiscuity destroyed marriages but refused to admit it. But in the end, he finally did.
How do you think it would go over if you were with your girlfriend and you were like, look, the problem is that like Stacy used to really suck my good and you just don't. And so what you need to do is get at least 2 more inches of yaw down your throat. Okay. Do you think
that's incredibly crass and crude?
So what you would do instead is lie, right?
I would not lie.
What would you say?
I would have conversation with her in previous relationships.
But in your head, you really want her to suck like Stacy.
I think you can, but I just don't think you have to say it in such like
but you know
language,
how you can do it without lying?
Oh, you don't have sex with anyone ever.
Isn't that true?
And be a virgin.
How is that not having sex with anyone ever?
Wait, before you have sex with one person?
Yeah, so necessarily, if we're talking about
Andrew,
exactly.
That's a really uncharitable.
No, it was totally charitable. Saying. So the question is, right? Why would you not prefer, if it led to more happiness for your woman? She was actually objectively happier, right? And you were objectively happier. Why would you prefer to have a higher sample size to compare yourself against if it led to like these worser outcomes in relationships?
What do you mean worser outcomes? What would the worser outcomes be?
They're less happy. Less happy because they are making comparisons to other people where those comparisons don't need to be made.
I think there's a balancing act between the truth and happiness. Do you think people like live? I mean, this is a really interesting way to put it. Do you think like living in like bliss where you don't know reality but are really happy is preferable to being less happy but being in tune with reality?
No, I think actually this goes to my point, not yours, right? So I think that you don't need to do heroin. I think you don't need to do heroin to ever make a comparison, right, between like beer and heroin. I like beer. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep drinking it.
Sure.
I'm not going to do heroin though.
But isn't heroin different
heroin
than beer?
Could be.
Isn't heroin different than beer?
But hang on. But isn't Chad different than you?
It's sex, Andrew.
Yeah, and sex is very different with people, isn't it?
Sure, it can be.
Yeah, great. So the thing is, it's like, so I have a beer, right? Heroin could be fucking amazing. Okay. It could be fucking like the shit. Okay. So it could be black tar, like laced with some fucking insane shit. I could feel like I'm on cloud 9.
The shit.
But I'm not going to do it, right?
Sure.
And I still like beer.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not going to like, why do I need to have the comparison to know what I'm missing here?
So what I think is going on here with that is there are a lot of negative outcomes associated with heroin. You would say there's a lot of negative outcomes with promiscuity. Wait a second. Do you want me to